So what a wonderful life the iPhone XR has actually lived. When you look at the life cycle of the iPhone XR, this iPhone started off as somewhat of like a weird type of device, an iPhone that was like a budget iPhone but probably wasn't that great of a device to begin with. But now it's actually gotten to become a pretty solid type of phone for a used priced iPhone. And when you look at something like an iPhone, XR, this is one of those devices that's actually pretty okay. Like it's definitely not the best iPhone ever. But this year, this iPhone has changed up so much. So, so much so that when I look at this iPhone in the used market and I see the capability behind this type of device, I'm actually pretty shocked about it. Like I genuinely do think iOS 18 has helped this iPhone out a ton, and I do think Apple did actually do a really good job with this particular device even on that version of software. Now, number one, the main reason why I say this is mostly because of essentially how stable iOS 18 has been on this version of software. So like I was stating before, when you were looking at something like, iOS, 18, this wasn't necessarily like the best version of software of all time. Like it wasn't like bringing like all the crazy cool features specifically for the iPhone, XR, but it's been a very stable ride. And that is something I look at more so than anything else. How good of a job did these older type of iPhones hold up on this version of iOS? And so far, it's been pretty solid. And that is something I love seeing. But a very, very big thing to keep in mind here too is the fact that even though the iPhone XR didn't get like the most amount of features on this version of software, I actually take that kind of as a pro. In some ways, that is kind of an advantage, because iOS 18 is probably going to be one of the last versions of software on this type of device. So the last thing you want on this version of software is a very unstable, broken piece of software. I am sure the average person does not want to have an iPhone that is going to be broken or having issues or anything like that when they're going through and buying it. And when you're looking at something like an iPhone XR, this is one of those really, really important things to keep in mind. And that is something that when I look at it personally on this device, I'm actually very, very happy with the way this iPhone has aged. And I genuinely do think iOS 18 has completely changed forever. Since this iPhone first came out and was going through and having that terrible reputation of being like a very cheap iPhone, like Apple could have done better, and I totally get it, and I was there with everyone saying the same thing. I'm actually very happy with the way this iPhone has aged, and if iOS 18 is the last version of software on this device, I do think it's actually like not a terrible version of software. Like I do think Apple did a decent job with it, and I generally do like this version of software on this type of phone. So overall, I think the iPhone XR has changed forever, and definitely in a good way, and I'm still a humongous fan of this type of iPhone when it comes down to it. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.